I'm happy I made it. I'm a little bit late, but I made it. I almost slept through my live stream today. I was taking a nap. And thankfully the hubs called and woke me up. Because I was off in dreamland. I just got to grab my paints real quick. I thought I was ready, but I forgot to get my paint together here. Might need that. Jack, go on, buddy. Don't you knocking my stuff over, bud. All right. Whoop. Okay, let me get the chat open on my computer. I'll be so glad when I get a nice streaming camera so then I won't have to use my phone anymore. Phew! But yeah, it's been a busy morning for me. Did my little regular 5 a.m. wake up and did some working out this morning. I tried a new workout this morning and it really kicked my butt. But yeah, today I'm going to be trying to, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it, but I definitely want to try to get a good chunk done on this painting. Where is my yellow? I need my neon yellow. Here we go. I have a new color I'm going to try today. I've got a tube of some neon blue that I haven't used yet, but I definitely needed some neon blue for the UFO and then for the trunk of the trees. So we will try that out. I think I'm ready now. Yeah, I'm a little not prepared. I was sleeping, but I needed it. My workout kicked my butt this morning. All right, so hopefully this is a good position for the camera. Hey girl, how's it going? No worries. Thank you for dropping in and saying hi. I really appreciate it. I hope everything's going well for you in your life. I'm going to stream again tomorrow around this time, and then next week I'm thinking about switching my time to maybe 4 p.m. because I know this time's kind of an awkward time for some people to be able to make it because, you know, they're at work and everything. But thank you for dropping in. So good to see ya. It's been really cool to see your growth and your progress with your my brain's not working. Your cosplay stuff. So cool. I'm still trying to wake up, I think. I'm trying to get my chat open here on my computer. Oh, here we go. Pop out chat. But yeah, if you're watching, please give this video a like. Hey, all the way from Australia. What's up, Austie man? That's really cool. You're the first person that I've talked to from Australia. Welcome in. I'm Yaz. Nice to see you. I'm going to be working on this painting today. How are you doing, Austie man? Are you also an artist? And what time is it in Australia right now? I'm curious. I think it's what, like an 11-hour? I'm in California, so I think maybe it's like an 11-hour difference. I'm just getting started. Still trying to wake up my brain a little bit. I was having a nap this morning, and I almost missed my own stream. Trying to get this last bit of paint. Where's my gray? There we go. Boy. But yeah, I appreciate y'all popping in. If you're watching, please give this video a like. I appreciate it. Oh, you're not from there. Oh, okay. Are you on vacation or something? What you doing out in Australia? Yeah, I'm just streaming on YouTube now. Phase Girl. I felt like it was just like, for some reason, I was just feeling like too much pressure from streaming on Twitch. So yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube. My plan is to, let me scooch this over. I'm planning on to stream like 3 times a week. Tomorrow, I'm also going to be streaming tomorrow. around the same time, and then next week I might end up switching it, but I'm going to be posting like on a YouTube community post when I'm going live next. But yeah, thank you all for popping in, and if you can, please give this video a thumbs up. Oh, I gotcha. You're from Washington. Okay. How's the weather up there today? Is it raining? It hasn't been. It's been a pretty mild winter out here in Cali. I live where it snows, and thankfully it hasn't snowed much this winter because I really hate the snow. There we go. But yeah, art is life. What kind of art do you do? Do you make art as well? Is this a good view for you guys? I hope it is. But yeah, this is supposed to be like a giant crack in the sky. And I love to paint these like landscape pieces. And this is probably my third alien painting I've ever done. And I wanted it to look like there was a huge crack in the sky. And then like the galaxy would be right here, and like the UFOs like flying out into the galaxy, you know? Oh, nice. That's what's up, Austie. Are you a YouTuber as well? You post stuff on YouTube too, right, Phase Girl? I hope I'm saying that right. Phase Girl? Sorry, my brain's still like not awake all the way. I did a really hard workout this morning and it like kicked my butt. And I had to take a nap because of it. I've been doing this new routine, waking up at 5 a.m. every morning to work out. And I think I'm still trying to get used to it a bit, you know? But yeah, I'll just be streaming on YouTube. My goal is 3 days a week, maybe 4, and I always post it up on my YouTube community post, and I post it as like an Instagram story and Facebook story, so if you're ever curious when I'm going live, I do post it beforehand. I've never tried to paint like a crack or a tear before, so I don't know. We'll see how it looks. Thanks so much, Austie. Oh, okay. No worries. Thank you so much for popping in, Austie. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow, bro. Take it easy. Have a good day. Appreciate you saying hi and chatting. Yesterday, I finished up a painting of my dog Duke on stream. Hopefully this is a good angle and everything. Should I move you closer? But yeah, it's really cool to be able to get on here and stream because then it like literally forces me to work on my art. Like this painting has been, I started it in July and it's been sitting all because of this stupid crack, this part right here on the painting. Because I wasn't sure how to make it look like a crack, and then I finally looked up some reference images, and so I'm hoping this will look the way I'm like picturing it in my head. Sometimes, you know, as artists, we get these ideas in our head and they don't always turn out how we're hoping, but that's just part of it, I guess. But yeah, if I need to move my camera or anything, just let me know in the chat and I will move it. I'm thinking this will look like a crack. I hope so. What up, Don Drill? How's it going, bud? How you been? Y'all make sure to check out Don Drill Elite Artistry. I know, I started it in July and it's been sitting because I didn't know how to paint a crack. Because this is supposed to be like a crack in the sky. and it's going to open up into the galaxy. And yeah, I didn't know what I was doing, so it's just been sitting. Yeah, it's better late. It's better time. Yeah, you're so right. How are you doing though? Are you staying safe down there? I've been praying for the people down in LA, man. It's like such a crazy thing going on down there. I hope you're staying safe though. My youngest brother lives down in LA too. But he said he's a little bit of a ways away still from where that's all going down, so. But yeah, that's crazy. You still going down to Venice Beach? I bet it's nice down there today. It's been real warm here the last couple days. It's been real nice. Nice mild winter. I think we only got snow maybe once this winter. Perfect weather to go riding that bike, huh? Just chilling. Yeah, it is. It's so crazy. Like, I feel so bad for everyone being affected by that, man. Because I know what it's like in some ways, because I live where there's a lot of wildfires, and just last summer we had to get evacuated. And it was our second time being evacuated since in the past 7 years. And it's scary. Not knowing like what's going on with your house, if your house is going to be there, or what was going on. My next door neighbor, he didn't evacuate either times, so at least like we were able to call him during like the summertime and see what's going on, because that's one of the most like nerve-wracking parts, is just like not knowing what's going on with your house, you know. But yeah, we got really lucky this past summer. Like, literally, I have no idea how they stopped the fire from spreading to our neighborhood, because we live in the mountains, and there's a bunch of rolling hills around here, and the fire literally burnt up right up to the back of our neighborhood. Like, it was pretty crazy. The entrance to the neighborhood's still nice. That part didn't burn down, but a lot of people lost their view up here. Thankfully, our view's still nice, but I know a lot of the neighbors, they did not have they don't have a view anymore. Nice! That's what's up, Dondrell. That sounds like a good time. I haven't been to the beach in like 7 years. It's been a long time. Because the closest beach to me is like 4 or 5 hours away. So I don't go out there often. But I guess I'm in the next best place, which is the mountains. I got to see a deer this morning, which was cool. I was letting the dogs out to go to the bathroom, and there was a deer just hanging out there, a little baby deer. So cool to see nature like that, you know? Sometimes it's a pain in the butt living out in the middle of nowhere, but I guess there's perks to it too. But how's the art and everything going? You working on anything? Well, I'm sure you are, but what you working on? Appreciate you popping in. I took a little bit of a break from YouTube this past couple weeks. I just kind of needed a break. I was going like pretty hard for the past year, like content creating and working on my YouTube and stuff, and it was just really time for a break so I don't burn myself out. I was just posting a bunch of shorts and stuff I had already posted before, just reposting stuff, so at least I had something on my channel. But yeah, I just got back to reposting fresh content this week and getting back to this whole live streaming thing. I figured I'll do a live stream. I did one yesterday, I'll do one today, and then one tomorrow as well. I'm shooting for like 3 days a week, you know? Yeah, you're hibernating. Hey, how's it going? I don't know what your name, I know that's Arabic. Marhaba, Keef Halik. That's all I got for you. When I was a kid, I could speak Arabic, but the older we moved. I lived overseas a little bit growing up, and then we moved to the States, so I got out of practice speaking Arabic. But I know Marhaba, Keep Halik. Trying to pace myself right now when the spring rolls in. Yeah, I feel you on that, Domdrill. It's important to take a break, like, especially, everybody, but especially content creators and artists. You gotta have that time to, refresh your mind. I've been reading this book, I'm almost done with it, called The 5 a.m. Club, and just this morning they were talking about how people think that they always have to be working on something, but really your mind needs a break sometimes, and that's when your best ideas will come to you, is when you're not trying to think about anything, Which is so true. But yeah, that's good. Pacing yourself and having a break. I totally understand that. I can't wait for the springtime either. That's definitely when I have a lot more energy. I hope this looks like a tear. I don't know what I'm doing. So you going out riding your bike today? I was taking a nap earlier. I don't usually nap, but I started this new routine where I get up at 5 a.m. to do a workout because of this book. It's called The 5 a.m. Club. And this morning's workout kicked my butt. I needed a nap afterwards. I did some weight training this morning, which I've never really got into the weight training. I do a lot of cardio stuff and body strengthening, but that was my first time doing weight training. Yeah, the 5 a.m. Club. Have you heard of it before? I follow this guy on Facebook, and he does a lot of like motivational and inspirational posts and stuff like that. And that's where I learned about this book, and it's been such like a life changer for me. I was already working out all the time, but now I have like a set schedule, like a daily routine that I do, and I've only been doing it for maybe a couple weeks now, and I'm already seeing a difference. I'm already feeling a lot more focused on my goals and just more determined, Had to get a drink of water. I don't usually talk this much, only when I'm streaming, so I'm still like, I guess I'm trying to build up my streaming stamina. Because I'm not usually much of a talker, honestly. I'm more of a listener. But yeah, it's been a really good book. And if anybody wants to check it out, it's available as a free audiobook on YouTube. And that's where I've been listening to it on, is right here on YouTube. So how long have you been making art, Dondrell? Have you been making art your whole life, or was it something that you kind of got in touch with when you moved to California? I think it's so important for people to get in touch with their creative side, now that I'm thinking about it, an art friend of mine that I met online, she just started this new thing. It's called the Art Club Podcast. If y'all want to check her out, she just posted the first couple videos on YouTube. No full interview yet. She's working on it. But it's called the Art Club Podcast, and she interviews different artists. And it's like by artists for artists. And I don't know if that'd be something you'd be interested in, but I can like recommend you to her and maybe she'll do an interview of you for her podcast. But I met her on TikTok a couple years ago, and she, like, I admire her so much. Like, she's younger than me, but I look up to her. Like, she's an amazing artist, an amazing content creator, like, just an overall really cool creative person, you know? But yeah, if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, I can mention your name to her. This January made it. Oh, your 10th year of making art. That's what's up. Very cool. So, I'm kind of curious, like, what got you into making art? Did you always, like, have that, like, desire to do it, but you never did? I've pretty much been making art, like, my whole life. And it was always just a hobby I did on the side when I had the time, because I was always working and going to school and stuff. I didn't really have time to just sit around and do art. So I did it when I could, but then in, what was it, 2013, I was in like a super bad accident and I had to go on disability and stuff. I was really screwed up from this wreck that I was in. So I was at home, and I've been at home since. I'm a lot better now. These past couple years I've gotten a lot better physically and mentally and everything, but yeah, so I needed something more to do. And so I had a lot more time on my hands after that wreck, so I had more time to get creative. Yeah, the Art Club podcast, that's it. I think she posted like a little intro and like a clip from the first interview she's done. Yeah, she's really cool. Her name is the Moxie Bean on Instagram. She's on TikTok too. I don't know if you're on TikTok. Yeah, she does really cool art. She has a really cool style. She's been doing art like consistently for a long time, and you can definitely tell. Yeah, this is looking a lot better now. I really wanted it to look like a tear in the sky, and I'm a lot happier with how it looks right now. There we go. I don't think she does YouTube for her own art. I think she's just doing the art club. TikTok, what's that? Yeah, they might be banning it. I guess like on the 19th. The company that owns it has until the 19th to sell it, or it's getting banned. And I guess like if you already have it, you'll still be able to use it, but eventually it's going to become to the point where you can't use it because they're not going to be able to get any services for support. There we go. Now looking back on this piece, like I wish I would have done this part before I painted the skies, because I really want to flicker some white paint in here, which I should have done before I painted the tear too, but I want it to be like a galaxy kind of thing going on. But, you know, hindsight's always 20/20, right? It does look like a tear. Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate you popping in and saying what's up. When's your next live stream, do you know? Or are you hibernating? It was nice to take a couple weeks off, honestly. I didn't really do much either. I did a whole lot of gaming. I've been really trying to get better about that though, not spend as much time gaming as I used to. But now with this new whole like 5 a.m. club, like my days are pretty focused and pretty like busy working on my craft. So I haven't had as much time to game, but the evening time's usually my downtime when I'll get on there. I've been like super obsessed with playing The Sims lately. The Sims 4. It feels good to get working on this piece though, especially because it sat for so long. There we go. Funny how this piece sat for months just because of one little part. But yeah, yesterday I painted I finished a painting of my dog. Gaming is good. Yeah, do you game or no? You don't game anymore. You're gonna go live tomorrow? That's what's up. I'll have to look for the notification. I've got my notifications turned on for you. If I had, I've been kind of thinking about getting like another cell phone or another device of some kind so that I can go live on Instagram too at the same time. Just have one phone on YouTube, one on Instagram. Because might as well. But yeah, that's what Instagram did about their whole AI thing. But I'll still post on there. But yeah, I get it, not wanting the AI to take your artwork. Just gotta do another layer of coat on this gray and then I can move on to the next step. I've got to figure out how to get my white splatters of paint in here for the stars. So the idea for this painting came to me at a really, really early morning. I woke up it was like, I don't know, super early in the morning. And for some reason, the idea for this painting like popped in my head before I went back to sleep. And so that's where the inspiration for this piece came. And originally I wanted it like a little like conversation bubble to pop out and for the alien to be saying like, see you in the cosmos. But when I was drawing out and painting this, I forgot to leave space for the little conversation bubble. So I think I might just title the painting, See You in the Cosmos. I don't know why I've been kind of obsessed with alien art this past year. I did a couple of alien paintings last year. And now I have this one to add to it. But this is the second largest painting I've ever done on canvas. The biggest one is like 3 feet by 4 feet. I think this one might be 3 feet by 2 feet or something. I have this other like huge canvas that I bought like probably 8 years ago now. And it's the biggest canvas I've ever bought. It was when Michaels was having like a 50% off on their canvases. So eventually I'm going to have to tackle that canvas. It's just been sitting, hanging on the wall for the past 8 years. But I just haven't figured out what to paint on it. What are you up to for the rest of your day? Just chilling out? Is it real smoky where you're at right now? I still can't believe all that's going on down there. I know Northern California is used to wildfires and stuff, but not SoCal. It's crazy. Ooh, I'm getting kind of hungry. I had my breakfast super early this morning. I don't usually eat until like 11 o'clock, but I made some eggs this morning at like 7:30. then I had a 2-hour nap, which was much needed. I feel way more perked up now and can get some more stuff done. I was just working on editing a short this morning talking about the Zorn palette because I wanted to share this Zorn palette thing with everybody because it was like such a useful thing for me to learn about. I thought I would spread the knowledge. But basically the Zorn palette is a palette that consists of 4 colors of paint. And it's so you can paint realistic skin tones. And I think breaking it down to just like 4 colors makes painting skin tones a lot easier for everybody, especially if you're not used to painting skin tones. So yeah, I'm going to be sharing that. I think next week I have it scheduled for. I'm like such a planner. I have to always have all my content and everything planned out at least a couple weeks to a month in advance. Just so I know what I'm working on, what I should. Helps keep me focused, I guess, with my goals. But yeah, I'm really hoping to monetize my YouTube channel this year. I've been working at it for like a year now, but for the longest time I didn't know that shorts, the views that you get on shorts don't go towards your views for your monetization. So I started doing long form videos, and then I learned that live streaming helps with that, so I've been trying to get into it. The more I do, the more I live stream, the less like nerve-wracking it's gotten for me, but I was kind of nervous to do it at first, honestly. I don't know why, because I used to live stream on Twitch for like a year. But yeah, yesterday I worked on some painting, and then I worked a little bit on this miniatures kit that I have. That's mostly what I've been doing on my off time. Working on my little artist studio miniatures kit. I've had it for a couple years now, but I didn't have the patience for it before like I do now. But there are still some parts on it. It's just very tedious. But now that I've almost completed my first one, I'm already thinking about ordering another one. Because I just love miniature things. And so to have a little miniature art kit, or a little miniature studio kit thing, it's been pretty fun to do. Only problem is I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with it once it's finished. That's my main problem with all of the things I make. I'm running out of wall space for paintings. I don't really have any more room for crafting items. But I gotta keep making them. There we go. I tried to look up that book that you were talking about, The War of Art, but my Libby app didn't have it. I'm gonna have to see if the library's got it. I wanted to check that book out. I'm always on the lookout for some good books. I've been super into audiobooks for the past year. Just those self-improvement, self-motivating kind of books. Take a step back. Yeah, I'm happy with how this is looking. Woohoo! The stupid tear has held me back for months on this painting. I'm so freaking glad it's done. We're done with this damn tear. Alright. I'm gonna let that paint dry, and I'm gonna move on to painting this alien. So this is like a hippie alien lady, and she's got dreadlocks, and she's got a little flower headband, which I need to fix a little bit. It's kind of janky. But I finally got the paint I needed. I've been trying to do mostly neons for this painting. And I didn't have a neon blue, so I had to get a neon blue so I could work on this some more. It's a little bit darker than what I was wanting, but it's all right. Should I scooch this a little bit? Scooch ya. Appreciate everyone popping in and hanging out and saying hi. And if you're seeing this, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps an artist out. I don't know what color I want to do her dreadlocks yet, so I think I'm just going to work on painting the background first. I really wanted a lighter neon. This is the blue that I have. I needed to try to lighten it up and see if it'll be better. I was really hoping they'd have a lighter neon blue than this, but we'll see what happens here. Because, I mean, this blue doesn't even really look neon to me. It just looks like a regular blue. But that's what happens when the only art store, like the only place I have near me that I can get art stuff from is freaking Walmart. Because the closest Michael's to me is almost like 2 hours away. Just one way. So I don't get to go to Michael's too often. I would usually use a palette knife for this, but I don't feel like moving all my stuff right now, so we're just going to use this little tip of the paintbrush. See if I can lighten this up enough. I had this really specific shade of blue in mind for this piece, and what I like to do when I'm planning out my pieces is I use an app on my phone, a drawing app. It's a free one. And I like to plan out my colors on there first. So like I'll take, I'll draw out my painting or whatever. And then I will color it in on the drawing app. So I can figure out the colors that I want to use before I commit to painting it. And there's this really cool blue on there, which I don't think exists as a real color. So I'm going to try to just see what I can do with this lighter baby blue. Okay, I need another paintbrush. I think we'll use a round tip brush for this one. Alright. I have to remember to paint from left to right, so then if I paint right to left, I'm going to be smearing my hand all up in the paint. So I always try to paint left to right, if I remember. Yeah, I don't know about this blue, but we'll see. The only thing that kind of sucks about using these neon paints is they're a little bit, they're not as opaque as regular paint is. So I'm going to have to do a bunch of layers to get the color that I'm really looking for. I mean, this color ain't bad. I don't really use blues too often in my work, so it's a little bit different for me, but I think this will look nice. So I was thinking to do blue for this UFO part, and then I'm going to do blue for the trunks of the trees. These trees took me so long to paint. I still need to paint some of them in their pink. There we go. Yeah, after I live stream today, I'm gonna have some lunch. I have some leftover Sloppy Joe stuff. I have some Sloppy Joes for lunch with some French fries, maybe a salad. Should be pretty good. I always like to make myself, some nice meals. Every once in a while I'll have just like a frozen pizza or something. Hopefully this is a good view. Alright. There we go. Well, this is my first time painting a UFO. I thought it was kind of shaped like a candy corn. But I don't know what painting I'm going to work on next after I finish this one. There we go. Painting in between these little dreads is going to be a pain in the butt. But that's alright. It'll be worth it. I don't really want to do her hair brown. What color hair would an alien have? I don't know. Maybe hot pink? Hot pink would look super nice in there. But then I don't know if it's going to be too much pink because the background's like that same pink too. But it would tie in good with her lips and her necklace. I might end up painting her hair pink. Or maybe purple. This neon purple would probably look good too. Definitely got to have some kind of crazy color in there. The camera is where I would usually be standing trying to paint this, so I'm painting at kind of a weird angle right now, but it'll work. Yeah, I figured to add some blue like in the sky because I felt like this piece needed some cooler colors in there to kind of counter all of the warm neon colors, the orange and the pink, you know. I'm gonna have to grab a smaller brush to do that. Yeah, I'll do another live stream tomorrow at the same time, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then I might switch the time next week to later on. Maybe like 4 p.m. to like 6 or something. Because I know a lot of people are at work at this time. But my creativity is highest like in the morning, late afternoon, really. Or early afternoon, I should say. So that's why I usually like to stream this time of day or earlier. My energy starts really going down the further it gets in the day. But we'll see how it goes. I think this is maybe my 10th time live streaming on YouTube. I'm going to switch paintbrushes again. Here we go. I finished up my door painting that I was working on a live stream last year. And I posted it as a short if anyone wants to see a door that I painted in my house. I got sick of just this plain white boring door in my dining room. So I painted this huge abstract piece on it. It's the biggest painting I've ever done. So if I ever move from this house, I'm bringing that door with me. It took me probably like 25 hours or so to paint it. But I was thinking it'd be really cool to like turn it into like, take some good photos of it and like find a place that like will turn it into wallpaper. Because the design of it I thought would look really cool as wallpaper. So if people, like other people, wanted to have their door all fancy, they could put the wallpaper on it. So I've got to look into that. But one of my goals this year is to find a new print on demand place so that I can have merch and stuff like that. Because I've been using Redbubble for years, but they recently changed their pricing and stuff on there, and I just don't like it. I don't feel like jacking up my prices like to compensate for the rates that they raised on there. So I'm thinking just to find a whole nother place. I've heard good things about Printify, but I need to do some more research on it. Because it'd be really cool to be able to offer, you know, my artwork on clothing and stuff like that. Oh! I got a little blue on there. That's fine. Maybe I should wipe this off real quick. Because I'm gonna probably gonna be painting this hair like a pink color. The blue's gonna be hard to paint. It's gonna be hard to paint over. I always have Q-tips in my art studio because they're perfect for little mistakes like that. Yeah, if anybody out there has any good print-on-demand services that they use, just let me know. I gotta paint in between these tiny little dreadlocks. Here we go. This blue is working out okay. It's an alright blue. I do see a little bit of neonish to it now that it's drying some. What was that? Yeah, another one of my goals this year is to get a nice streaming camera so that I can not have to use my phone. I've heard really good things about the Logitech 100 or something like that. I want to try that camera out. Then I'll be able to use the streaming software and be able to play music and all that kind of fun stuff. Because it's nice to be able to listen to music while I'm painting. And I've played like copyright-free music before on my lives, but the problem with that is if I want to turn any of my live streams into clips later on, it's going to have the music playing in the background, which I don't really want. But yeah, I've got a lot of art goals for this year, and I'm working on a video actually right now. It's going to be coming out on Sunday, and it's how to set realistic goals, realistic art goals for the year. I know we're already a couple weeks in, but it's never too late, right? So that's coming out this Sunday, and then the following Sunday, I was planning on recreating this painting. I could show it to you real quick, actually, because it's right here. So I painted this piece. It's kind of a big piece, but I painted this like 12 years ago, and it was my very first like surrealist piece. And I kind of wanted to recreate it, so I'm going to repaint this and then post that as a video. But I did a little melting clock in there as an ode to Salvador Dali. And then I painted it on a piece of cardboard because I thought it would just kind of added to the whole like surrealist feel to it, you know? So that should be fun. I've never tried to recreate a painting that I've done in the past. I thought that would be something fun to do. Kind of see how I've grown as an artist. Because I've definitely made a whole lot of art in the past 12 years. There we go. I just love these neon colors. I've used them a lot with my artwork this past year. It's like my new favorite thing. I think it's become part of my artist signature, I guess you could say. I've always loved to use bright like bright colors with my art, but I've really gotten into using the neon colors. This past year. I didn't really think about how I was going to have to paint in between each of these little dreadlocks before I decided to add them in. But it's okay, it'll be worth it. Here we go. Oh, my stomach's growling. I slept through my lunchtime. I needed that nap though. Most of the time I don't sleep very well at night. Always wake up every couple hours. Whoops. Whoops. Gotta take a step back here, see how it's turning along. I like this blue. I think the sky area really needed a nice cooler color to kind of contrast all the warmer colors going on around it. There we go. But yeah, I've been painting for a long time. I've been into probably close to 20 years or over 20 years I've been painting. I started off with watercolors and then I moved on to acrylic paint, which I love. I love acrylic paint. I've tried oil a little bit before in the past, oil painting, but I'm an impatient artist. I don't like to have to wait for it to dry. So that's why I really like acrylic paint, is it dries super quick. So I started off, with watercolor. I still work with watercolor sometimes. I have actually this watercolor piece that I really I've got to touch up, because I painted this vase of flowers a couple years ago and I had it in a frame, but it was like directly in the sunlight, and so the watercolor kind of faded, which I wasn't expecting. Oh, my paint's getting thick now because it's drying out on me. I'm going to spritz a little bit of water. So I need to retouch up this this flower piece, because I wanted to give it as a gift to somebody. So maybe I'll work on that tomorrow. But yeah, I'll be live streaming again tomorrow around the same time. And then I'll be back on again next week. I'm not sure of the time yet though next week. I'm kind of thinking about maybe switching it up to a later time in the day. But yeah, I always post it on my social media. I'll post it up as a YouTube community post and everything too ahead of time. So if you're curious about when I'm going to be going live, you can always check that area or check out my Instagram, Facebook. I always post it as a story on there too. Trying to stick to a schedule, just so people can kind of know when to expect me, and sticking to a schedule helps keep me accountable as well. If I put it out there, I'm streaming, then I have to do it. So it's good for me too. There we go. Finally got through all those little areas, but I'm definitely going to have to do another layer, excuse me, another layer of paint on this blue to really achieve the shade that I'm looking for. But yeah, the idea for this painting just totally randomly came to me one morning. I'm going to title it See You in the Cosmos. This little alien hippie chick is, little alien hippie lady. She's just flying out in her UFO above the mountains and the trees going back out to outer space. This is supposed to be like a tear in the sky and going into to a whole nother galaxy. I'm really into painting landscapes. Nature's like a huge inspiration for me as an artist. But I've never done one quite like this with an alien. I'm liking it though. It's good to try out new things and push past your comfort zone, because that is where you will grow. Yeah, I'm thinking her hair is probably going to be the same neon purple. That would be my best guess. Either purple or pink, but I think there's already too much, well, not too much, but there's a lot of pink going on already, so I'm thinking purple would be cool. This color ain't bad. I'm going to have to mix up some more of it. So I'm going to use this same color, this same shade of blue for the tree trunks too. There we go. But yeah, Vincent van Gogh was the artist that inspired me to wanted to get into painting all those years ago. I just love his work so much. And I've got my whole dining room full of Vincent van Gogh artwork. It's my Van Gogh dining room. And one of the coolest experiences I ever had as an artist was actually seeing some of his paintings at an exhibit. Like years ago, they had some Van Gogh paintings at the De Young Museum in San Francisco. And so I made the trip out there and I got to see some Van Gogh paintings in real life, which has definitely been my most favorite experience as an artist. I really hope to go to the Louvre one day and see more of his art, and go to Amsterdam and see the Van Gogh Museum. It's just crazy to me how people didn't recognize his greatness, as an artist until almost 100 years later or something. People are like, oh wow, he was a good artist. Like, geez, you guys couldn't do that for him when he was alive? It's kind of sad. I saw a little clip of this TV show. I can't remember the name of it, but they did this whole little, I don't know if it was a whole episode or what, but I just saw a clip of it. And, in the show, they brought back Van Gogh, to present times. And they were showing Van Gogh, all these people, at the museum, his art in the galleries and museums, and people seeing his work, and it was pretty cool. Almost made me tear up a little bit. It was just like, wow. Do you imagine if that was, possible? But yeah, it's kind of a shame. Most artists, their creativity, their brilliance isn't really recognized till they're already dead. Oh my gosh, this little area is super tiny. Good thing I have this little baby brush. I don't use this brush too often, but definitely needed for this little area in between these dreadlocks. Well, hopefully they look like dreadlocks. I don't know. I might end up drawing some little lines in them to make them look more dreadlocky. There we go. The most tedious part so far about this piece, besides all those little trees, is Trying to paint in between these dreadlocks. Oh, whoops. That was too much water. Had to spritz a little water on my paint because it's drying up on me. Yeah, that was too much water, damn it. I have to mix up some more of this blue. I usually use a paint knife, but my paint knife is like behind this easel right now. And I don't feel like moving all my stuff. I need some more blue on there. This is too light, it's not gonna match. There we go. Definitely a lot better using a freaking palette knife, but we're just gonna work with what we got right here. That's handy. Well, hopefully that's like the same shade. I guess we will see. Yeah, acrylic paint's definitely my favorite medium to use. But I love using like doing all kinds of different art. I'm definitely not just a painter. I love crafting and doing mixed media art, combining various mediums together. Anything that I can do creative with my hands. One medium I really would like to try out is woodworking. I think it'd be really cool to be able to make my own like furniture and stuff like that. I'd really like to learn how to do glass blowing. And tattooing is another medium I would like to learn how to do. I have a tattoo machine and fake skin and everything. But I don't know why. I haven't really messed with it yet. Maybe I'll do that on a live stream one of these days. Trying to learn how to tattoo. But I think it's just really cool to be able to learn how to tattoo, like to have your art on somebody's body for the rest of their life. Like, that's a pretty amazing concept, I think. Well, that's another medium I'd definitely like to try. But for glass blowing, I'd really want to make some like jewelry. Some necklaces and stuff like that. Well, those are the top 3 mediums that I still would like to try out sometime in my life. For the longest time, all I did was paint. Like years and years ago, all I did was paint. And I just got really burnt out on it. And so ever since then, I've just been kind of branching out, trying out different mediums. I really enjoy crafting, especially just turning like random things into like functional pieces. Like mostly I like to craft home decor. And I've got a bunch of home like do it yourself crafting videos on my channel if anyone's curious to see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I just love to be creative. It's something that I have to do. It's just making art has always been my best form of expression. I'm really not that good with words. And so making art has just been my way of expressing myself my whole life. Art's always kind of, I don't know. If I could personify art, it would be like a big brother or big sister that I can just go to and tell all my problems to and kind of just soothe my soul, you know? So I don't know, I've always had this drive in me to create ever since I was a kid. And it's just so relaxing. Even painting these tiny little intricate areas, it's still, I don't know what it is, just putting that paint to canvas. And I mentioned this yesterday on my live stream, but I just think it's so interesting, like how back in the day, like when people were living in caves, like all they had to do, like their whole life was focused on just trying to survive, like trying to find food and shelter. But they still made art. I mean, you've got all those paintings in the caves. I just think that's so interesting, like how art has always been a part of the human experience, you know? Even when people were just trying to survive, they made time to do art. It's pretty fascinating to me. I wouldn't mind going and checking out some like cave paintings in real life sometime. That'd be cool. Yeah, it's really interesting how art's always been a part of the human existence. Oh, I'm almost done with this part. And then I can move on, let this blue dry, and then I'll start working on the trunks of the trees, I think. And then I can sit down for a minute while I do that. Whoops. Maybe tomorrow on my stream I'll work on this painting, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get it all done today. Because these little areas are going to need another layer of coat, or another coat of paint. And I don't know if I have it in me to do another little paint, another layer of paint in here between these little areas today. Gotta pace myself on that. But the blue looks nice. I'm happy with this blue. It wasn't the blue that I had in mind, but it don't look bad. Definitely helps offset the warmer colors in there. This alien only has 4 fingers, but she still managed to do the peace sign. There we go. I don't know if I want to do the trunk of the trees like the same lighter blue or maybe a darker blue. There we go. And the reason I didn't paint these little areas is I noticed some pink got on there. And I need to cover that pink up before I try to paint the blue over it. Let me do that real quick. I think it should be dry enough. Yeah. The white paint is like my eraser. Oh, whoops, that's too much paint. Erasing the pink. I think I need to order some more white paint pens. I got this brand from Amazon. It's Artistro, and I really like them. Because every time I try to go get some paint pens from Walmart, they don't really have much. Because they don't have them in a case, and I guess a lot of people just steal them, is what the employee said. So it's always just best to order online. Go to Amazon. There we go. And then this portion of the shirt also needs to be blue. I better do that while I've got this blue paint on my canvas here, or my palette, I mean. Or maybe not, because then it's going to look like that blue is maybe peeping through her shirt. Maybe I'll do orange instead. We'll paint that orange. I kind of want to use up the rest of this paint though that's on my palette before I move on. So let's just do another quick coat of this blue. Still got a bunch of it on my palette. It's dried enough to where I can do a second coat, so I might as well try to knock this out. There we go. I wish I could remember the name of this artist. I just found her on Threads. And she did this super cool UFO painting. Like, there's beams coming down, and the beams are all different colors, and like the way they interact with the landscape she did looked so cool. So yeah, I think I might be doing some more alien art. I don't know why, but I've just been obsessed with painting aliens lately. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be live streaming at the same time, and I'll probably be working on this painting some more. So I was thinking to stream until 2 o'clock my time, so about another 40 minutes. We'll see how much I can knock out of this piece. I am getting hungry though, but I'd like to stream for at least a couple hours. I didn't have my lunch yet. Yeah, I like this blue. It's not as neonish as I was hoping, but it's not bad. All I hear right now is my little dogs snoring. They're all having a nap. We all had a nap before I got on here. Now they're having another nap. Guess that's what happens when you're an old dog. They mostly sleep a lot. We had a nap in the bed. I only let the dogs sleep in bed with me when I'm taking a nap. Not at nighttime though, because they take up too much room. And they're all hella little, but combined, they take a lot of room up. And I can't sleep good at all. They're little bed hogs. But we'll have a nap sometimes together. I've been trying to not take naps lately so I can accomplish more throughout the day. But I just really needed one this morning. I'm so glad the hubs called and woke me up, because I would have slept right through my streaming time. I was knocked out. But I guess I needed it. And we're supposed to be cutting my power tonight for an hour because they have to do some work or whatever on the freaking power grid. I'm not looking forward to that. I mean, I don't mind it if they have to do it, but I just wish they wouldn't do it at nighttime. I'm going to be sitting in the dark with a flashlight tonight. It doesn't sound too fun to me, but at least it's only for an hour. So I'm trying to not work myself up about it. It's like, dang, you guys are really putting people in the dark? Right at dinner time too? Rude! I mean, I have a generator, but just don't know if I need to pull it out if it's only an hour. If it was longer than an hour, I'd definitely be pulling the generator out. Gotta have a generator when you live where I do. Because they'd just be cutting off the power. At least it's not as bad as it used to be, but yeah, if we had winds over 20 miles per hour, They would literally turn the power off if it got too, like 20-mile-per-hour wind, which is nothing. And that's probably the worst part about living where I live. It's having to deal with this electric company. They're boo-boo. There we go. Almost used up this blue now. Kind of ready to paint something else. We get bored easily when I'm painting the same thing over and over again. But I definitely needed another coat of blue on here. Get a nice solid coverage. Oh, I just can't stop thinking about Sloppy Joes. Have Sloppy Joes for lunch. I'm excited. It's funny because, like, for the longest, like, years and years, I didn't have Sloppy Joes, like, since, like, you know, school. Like, they'd service those at, like, you know, for lunchtime at the cafeteria. Because for the longest time, I thought, like, the Sloppy Joe mix was, like, had meat in it already. And that just kind of grossed me out. But then I realized it's just the sauce. So it's not bad. I don't know, there's just something about canned meat kind of grosses me out. Unless it's like tuna. I do like my tuna sandwiches. Can you tell I'm hungry? I can't stop talking about or thinking about food. Back to painting in between these braids here. At least once I'm done with this coat, I think I'll be finished with this area, and I won't have to do this again. But I kind of wanted to make this look like it's shiny. So maybe I'll do like a little, like, you know, a little bubble or some shape on here to make it look like it's kind of shining or something. I'm not too sure. But yeah, after I stream today and have my lunch, I've got to get some more filming done. Been trying to finish filming my shorts for the rest of the month. And I'm almost there. Got like 3 or 4 more left to do. But I always like to try to work ahead of time. Work ahead of schedule with my posting and everything. I always schedule everything out. So I can move on to February stuff. So next month, I'm going to be doing a do-it-yourself video on doing those fake bakes. If you're not familiar, a fake bake is when you take, like the one I'm going to do is I want to get a heart-shaped wooden box and you paint it, and then you get spackle and you add the spackle and you color the spackle with paint, and then you add it to piping bags, and then you pipe it onto the heart-shaped box to make it look like a cake, like a little fake cake. And I've been wanting to make one of those for like years now. It's been on my to-do list. And I figured with Valentine's Day being next month, it'd be a good time to make one of those little heart-shaped fake cakes. Use it as some decoration for Valentine's Day. I don't usually decorate for Valentine's Day, but if I make enough of these fake baked cakes, I just might start doing that. I enjoy decorating for the, Halloween and Christmas. I don't really decorate for any of the other holidays. But I love making my own holiday decor. It's some of my favorite stuff to craft. Especially Halloween. I love making Halloween decorations. And I have a Cricut that I like to use for that kind of stuff. A Cricut is like a cuts vinyl, it cuts paper. There's like a software that you use with it, and you can load your project into it and it'll cut it out. So you can make like decals for your car, and you can cut out iron-on vinyl for it to make shirts and stuff like that. For a while there, I was doing a little thing. It was called Made on the Mountain Customs. And I was selling like custom shirts and stuff like that. But I stopped doing it. I should try to get back into it, honestly. I just didn't really like doing the shirt aspect of like doing custom shirts, because like I'd always be worried that the person would tell me like they were a size large, but like all shirt companies have their own version of what a large is. So I was always worried that the shirt that I would order for them, wouldn't be the right size before I put the custom vinyl on it, like the iron-on vinyl. So I kind of stopped doing it just because it was a little bit nerve-wracking. But I can definitely do decals and stuff like that. And it cuts paper, so I can like, for Halloween I did this, I made this hearse that was all made out of paper, and my Cricut cut it out. I just had to fold it and glue it and everything. And it was one of the most complicated projects I made with it. I had to go back, like it kind of got messed up after about a year, and I had to go back in and reinforce it with some popsicle sticks. But just stuff like that, I like making things like that. It involves cutting stuff up, gluing it, painting. I'm there for it. It's my dog's treat time. I usually give them a treat this time of day. Give them their breakfast and their dinner at the same time every day, and I feel like they need a little snack, a little mid-afternoon snack, so I usually give them a treat. Because I know I like to have a mid-afternoon snack sometimes, so they probably do too. All little dogs. But I'm so excited I finished up the painting of Duke yesterday on my stream. Because I painted Jack and Lucy like years ago. And Duke needed a painting too. So now I can hang him up with Jack and Lucy's painting. I can't wait to see what they all look like together. I feel like I need to maybe touch it up a little bit, Duke's painting a little bit. And I wanted to varnish all of them. So maybe I'll do some varnishing on stream tomorrow too, because I've got a bunch of paintings I need to varnish, and I just got this new varnish that I've been wanting to try out. Hopefully it'll work out good. I've read a lot of good reviews about it online. I had to order like a specific paintbrush to go with it. I don't know why. It needed this certain brush, so I got the brush with it too. But just for the varnish and the paintbrush, it was like almost $60 for a little bottle of varnish and the paintbrush that goes with it. So art is an expensive hobby to have, but it's fun. I don't mind it. As long as I actually use the supplies, it's all good. Because before I had a really bad habit of just like getting a bunch of supplies and then they just sit instead of using them. But I've gotten a lot better about that over the years. I saw this quote one time and it said, having art supplies and doing art are two different hobbies. And I just felt that in my soul. So true. But yeah, if you're watching this live or you're watching it now or later on, please give it a like. Give me a little thumbs up on it. Really helps push it out to the algorithm. And if you weren't around earlier, I'm going to be on again, live streaming again tomorrow. Around the same time. My goal is to live stream 3 days a week. Maybe 4. So I'm thinking like Tuesday through Thursday every week. Maybe I'll do Monday as well, but Mondays I'm usually working on other YouTube stuff, filming other videos and editing the videos and stuff like that. YouTube keeps me pretty busy. Keeps me pretty occupied throughout the week. But I really enjoy doing all this stuff, so it's cool. I'm thankful that I have the creativity and the ability to do all these things, you know? So I'd probably go nuts if I didn't make art. That probably I would. Art definitely helps keep me grounded, making art. And it's just cool to be able to turn anything that anything that I can imagine into something like physical, something solid, you know? It goes from imagination, just a thought in my brain, to something I can actually see and touch, you know? That's another cool thing about making art, I think. Just turning your thoughts into something physical, something you're putting out there into the world that will hopefully be here long after I'm not. Just putting a piece of my soul into every piece, putting it out there. There we go. I'm happy with this. I wasn't too sure about this blue, but I think it worked out pretty good. Pretty alright. I hear the neighbor dog barking out there. That's my little Lucy's sworn enemy. I don't know what it is about this neighbor dog. She does not like him. He outweighs her by about like 70 pounds, but she wants to fight him. The other neighbor dog, she likes him, but I don't know. Not the next door one. Yeah, I gotta take a step back and see where I'm at here. I like it. It definitely needed some blue for that background. Counterbalances, counteracts all the warm colors in the background. Oh, I like it. Cool. Touch up a little bit up here. It's still a bit streaky. Who knows? I might have to go over this area again one more time, but I've pretty much used up all the blue on my palette, so I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm ready to paint something else. So I think I might paint these little trees at the bottom here. Be my next little area to tackle. Gotta get my paintbrushes wet so the paint doesn't stick to them. Oops. Oh my gosh. But before I move on to painting the trees, I'm going to take a quick potty break. And I'll be right back. Please stick around. It'll literally take me 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back again. I get to sit down while I work on this next part. I'm kind of excited about that. I've been standing almost 2 hours. Might need to scoot you down a bit here. Scoot you down. There we go. Excuse me, Jack. Go on, buddy. Go on. Phew. All right. You can see that good? Okay. Moving on to these little tiny trees. Need another little baby brush. Go on, Jackie. I don't want you knocking my stuff over, bud. Good boy, go on. Gotta get my paintbrush ready. Get my paint ready. Do, 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 do. I don't know if you can hear the little clicking, but the dog's in my art studio, and I don't really want him in here while I'm streaming because he likes to go by my tripod and knock it around. He's having a fit because he wants his TREAT time. Okay. Oh, maybe I shouldn't do the pink right now. Maybe I'll work on the blue on the bottom, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. We'll go back to this blue. I'm gonna have to mix some more of it up. Because the pink paint that I'm using for this, like, tends to run. So when I'm painting the trees, I have to lay the canvas, like, flat onto a, like, table. So I think if I try to paint the trees right now, it's just gonna run all over the place. It's not gonna be good. So I'm gonna work on the trunks of the trees right now instead. Gotta make this blue that I have a little bit lighter by adding some white. Alright. Yeah, if anyone has any ideas of, like, type of content or do-it-yourself tutorials or whatever you'd like to see on my channel, just let me know in the comments. Totally open to your ideas. So hopefully you can see this, or do I need to scooch it down maybe a little bit more? There we go. But yeah, I thought these would look nice blue as well, because there's a lot of warmer colors at the bottom of this painting too. So wherever I can sneak in some cooler colors, I think will help add to the piece. Add some nice contrast to it, you know? The hiccups. Got too much paint on there. There we go. Yeah, this will look nice. I don't typically use like this shade of blue in a lot of my artwork. I really like the shade of blue just called primary blue. And I use a lot of that, but it's a darker shade of blue than this. So this color's a little bit out of my norm. But I just thought it would look nice on here. Since I did a lot of bright colors, I thought the primary blue would probably be a little bit too dark for this painting. Oh, I guess I could probably get a bigger brush too, huh? I don't need this baby brush for the whole thing. Let's get a bigger brush out here. There we go. Painting some happy little trees, as Bob Ross would say. I really want to do another Bob Ross painting. I've done 2 so far. I did some little miniature Bob Ross pieces. They were like 2.5 inches by 3.5 or 2.5. Super tiny little paintings. And they were a lot of fun to make. I really enjoyed painting alongside Bob Ross. Well, maybe that'll be another thing that I do for a full-length video. I don't know if I could live stream that because of content copyrights or whatever. But if you haven't yet and you've been thinking about it, highly suggest you paint along with Bob Ross. It's very relaxing. He has just such a relaxing voice. I love Bob Ross. I hit the unmute button, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm so happy with my new internet. Because before when I would live stream, it would sometimes get kind of grainy. Sometimes the internet would just cut out midstream. It used to piss me off so bad. So I'm glad I finally got some good internet. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. But that's just one of the things about living out in the middle of nowhere. You don't have too many choices for internet, but now I've got Starlink. So my internet speed is like 500 times faster than what it was before, which is insane. I'm still like, wow, I didn't know we could get our internet to be that quick up here. It's pretty cool. Especially as a gamer. You want to have fast internet for those downloading games and stuff like that. It used to take days and days to download games, and now it's all done within 30 minutes. It's been a life changer, really. Yeah, if you've been thinking about getting Starlink, I will tell you, it's totally worth it. So much better than what we had before. Sorry. My dogs heard people talking outside, so I guess they wanted to bark at them. Oh, I know, you're so tough. They're very tiny dogs. One's 10 pounds, one's like 35. The other two are about 35 pounds. It was kind of funny yesterday. Right before I was getting on stream, I was letting the dogs out to go to the bathroom. And as soon as I let them out back, I heard a knock on the front door. And I knew there was a delivery coming that day. I'm like, oh God, here we go. Because the dogs were out there. So I had to warn the guy. I'm like, just so you know, my dogs are out here. They won't bite. But I wasn't I knew they wouldn't bite, but I just wasn't sure how they were going to react, to be honest. They're not biters. Unless it's a child. Lucy likes to bite kids for some reason. She's not very nice with them, but it was funny. Duke, the dog I painted yesterday, he come running up on the guy with its fur sticking up and was barking at him, and he just was sniffing him. Lucy, she come up to the front and she didn't even go up to the guy at all. She just wanted to go bark at the neighbor dog. And Jack, the oldest one, he's almost 17. He was the one who was like, he didn't come up until the guy was already outside the fence, and Jack started freaking out, barking crazy at him. It was funny. He was like the toughest one of all of them, was the oldest dog. Yeah, I can't believe he's going to be 17 in March. It's crazy. I've had him for almost 16 years now. Last month, he had a kind of a bad fall down the stairs. But thankfully he was okay. He didn't hurt himself. But he's losing his eyesight. And we have some really steep stairs. I'm going to scooch you a little bit. And he leaped from the very top step, and he like landed like 4 or 5 steps down, and then he like tumbled down the rest of the stairs. Oh my god, I couldn't move fast enough to do anything to help him, you know, but he was alright, thank God. He wasn't limping or anything. I'm like, well, I guess he's as tough as he is dumb sometimes. So it's a good combination to have if you're a dog, I suppose. But yeah, now I have to really watch him on the stairs. I don't trust him by the stairs anymore. But upstairs is where I hang out most of the time. It's where my art studio's at and my gaming area. So I love it. I love it up here. It's like an A-frame like house, so all the ceilings are like, the ceilings up here all slanted. It's a cool little spot. Kind of reminds me of my very first apartment I lived in. It was this old Victorian, like 100-year-old plus house that they had converted into like 4 apartments. And me and my roommate were at the very top floor. It was such a cool spot. There was a bunch of trees that grew around us, so it almost felt like you were like in a tree house, because there was this huge window in the living room. And you just look out and all you'd see was tree branches. So it was like, it felt like you were in a tree house. It was pretty cool. Back in the day, when I used to like love the city life back then, the older I've gotten, the more I've come to appreciate living out in the middle of nowhere. I don't like to be around crowds of people anymore. The older I get, I much prefer the solitude of the mountains. I don't even like going into this, like, any big cities anymore. But if I could travel to any bigger city in California, it would definitely be Santa Cruz. I love Santa Cruz. I haven't been there in like over a decade now, which is insane. I used to go there like every year. But Santa Cruz just had such a cool vibe to it. I hope I can go visit it sometime this year. It's kind of crazy, like I think in December, part of the wharf like totally broke off down in Santa Cruz. That was pretty crazy to see on the news. But there was this one restaurant I remember on the wharf called the Dolphin, and they had the best clam chowder I've ever had in my life. But I don't know, over the years, like, the bigger cities have just really gone downhill in California, so I don't even know if Santa Cruz is still cool anymore or what. But I'd definitely like to go check it out. Go hang out at the beach. Go to the wharf. I can't really ride any rides because of my neck, but I love to play the arcade games. It's so much fun. I don't know if you know this, but the movie The Lost Boys was filmed in Santa Cruz. Which is pretty cool. I love that movie. I haven't watched it in a while. I'm gonna have to watch it. I was thinking about The Waterboy earlier. That's one of my most favoritist movies, and I haven't watched that one in a while either. I might have to watch it later on today while I have my lunch. There's just so many good lines from that movie. And I love Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler and Will Ferrell are like my favoritist comedians. They're great. I guess they're coming out with a Happy Gilmore too. Like this year or next year, they're releasing it, so that should be pretty good. I never really thought Adam Sandler would do a sequel for any of his movies, but I'll definitely check it out. I just started watching this it's new to me, this show on Netflix called Dead to Me. It's not really a comedy at all. It's more like a, what the heck is going on? But I guess Will Ferrell produced it, which was interesting because it's kind of a darker show. Not really anything like he's done. But yeah, it's been a pretty good show. What are these people doing in front of my house? I have this window in my art studio that like looks out directly onto the street, so I can always see what's on the neighborhood watch. Like, what's going on out there? But it's cool because all the neighbors really look out for each other up here, which I appreciate. I don't know what these people are doing. Yeah, I'm the nosy neighbor who's always looking out the window. Like, what are you guys doing? Woohoo! I'm almost done with these tree trunks. I'm definitely gonna have to do another layer of paint on them like I did the UFO part, but probably just finish off this layer and then I'll call it. Because it's been, almost 2 hours now since I started my stream. But yeah, I'll be on again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, 2 p.m.? No, wait. Yeah, 2 p.m. Central Standard. For all you Texans out there. A friend of mine that I game with online's in Texas, so that's why I mentioned Texas. Yeah, and then I'll be live streaming again next week. I might switch up the time, we'll see, but I'll keep you posted. I always post it on a YouTube community post and on my Instagram and my Facebook. I think I need to switch to my smaller brush now for these last little areas here. Oh, I know, Luce. You're so tough. All 10 pounds of ya. I know it. I think the dogs are ready for their treat time. Yeah, I know. I'm happy with how this color turned out, though. I bought this blue probably like a month ago, and I've just been... I don't know, I just haven't felt like painting on this piece since I got it, but I like it. Almost there. Whoops. Hello, little dogs. You little terror. Oh, I know, you're a terrorist. You are, you're a little terrier. I call them my terrierists. Because I've got 3 little terriers. Almost a terrorist again. Oh, I know, you haven't got any attention for 2 hours. I'm sorry. Mom's been painting. Doing my painting, little dogs. Here we go. But yeah, I won't, unless I live stream like with this canvas laying down on a table, I'm not going to be able to paint the pink of the trees on stream. But yeah, tomorrow I'll probably be working on this piece some more, I'm thinking. Maybe working on touching up the watercolor piece I mentioned earlier. It's this vase with a bunch of cool flowers in it. I really want to get that done so I can give it to somebody as a gift. Because I just feel like art's the best thing, like one of the best things you can gift somebody. Original piece of art. It's not something you can just get at the store real quick. And for me, I always put a little bit of my soul into each piece that I do. I mean, to me, that's priceless. Got these little tree trunks in the background. Thought I'd better get in there, get a little coat of paint on them real quick. I have another painting, a landscape piece, and it has a bunch of little tiny pine trees in the background, just like this. And it's been sitting for 6 years now, maybe. And I kind of just gave up on it because I didn't feel like painting all the trees. And then I decided to start another painting with a bunch of little trees. I don't know why I do it to myself, but they're just so cute. So I need to finish that painting too. It's like, maybe I'll do that when it starts warming up, because I did this piece that I'm talking about with the trees. It's a view from my backyard. And I thought it'd be really fun to do like a plein air painting for a live stream. Just go sit out in my backyard and enjoy the view and do the painting. We've got a pretty nice view back there. Oops. It's the nicest view I've ever had of any place I've ever lived. There we go. Any other little tree trunks hiding back here? There we go. Stay down, buddy. I love you, but stay down. Well, cool. That was a productive stream today. Oh, let me show you what I got done today. Whoops. So, put these brushes down. I got the tear in the sky worked out here. This is supposed to be like a galaxy thing, so I still need to add like the stars in here, which I'll do that tomorrow. I need to work on this little alien lady some more. Probably touch up another coat of green on her skin. Paint these dreadlocks and her little headband with the little flowers on it. And then I still have to work on this bottom portion. I've got a whole bunch of these tiny little trees to finish, but I got the trunks painted today. Well, there is the whole piece as it is. Very happy with it. I appreciate everyone who's stopped in, and if you see this video, please give it a like. It really does help an artist out. And I will be back live streaming again tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope I will see you there. Thank you all so much for your support. Really appreciate y'all, and I hope everyone has a great and wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Okie dokie, bye y'all.